My name is John Eni. I'm managing partner at Mexican Incorporation, and this video is our roadmap to importing into Mexico. The first thing that people do wrong, I think, when importing into Mexico is they wait to speak with their customs broker. That should be the very first thing that you do, because you'll be able to identify first the tariff classification for your product and also the import requirements and licenses that may be required in order to bring the product into Mexico. So you want to start with doing that at the very first, as a very first step, rather than waiting until the very end, like many clients do. It's a very common mistake. Now, there's two ways to incorporate in Mexico. To import in Mexico. First, you can incorporate your company and then be your own importer of record, or you can use a third-party commercializer who will import the products for you. I generally think that incorporating a company and acting as your own importer of record presents many benefits. For example, you reduce costs by being able to recuperate the VAT that you have to pay at the moment of your that you import the product into Mexico. You'll be able to maintain control over the process of the entire import process. But you'll also be able to make sure that, for example, if it's a regulated product, that all the permissions, licenses in order to get the product in Mexico are under your name. Now, first, if you're going to incorporate a company and act as your own importer of record, then you want to make sure that the company first is incorporated and then is registered with the tax authorities. It has a valid electronic signature called an e-firma. But also, there's a secondary registration that you're going to need called a Padrón de Importadores, which is basically your general import license. Now, keep in mind that if you have a product that is regulated, you're going to actually need more than a general import license. In some cases, if a product is tobacco-based or alcohol, different type of petroleum-based products, etc., you'll need a secondary import permit called a specific sectors import permit, which will actually requires you to already have certain contracts in place with both suppliers and purchasers in Mexico. That may seem a little bit counterintuitive because you haven't actually delivered products to them yet, but it presents its own series of complications. Also, if the product is regulated as far as for human consumption, you'll need an authorization from the COFEPRIS, which is the Mexican Health Commission. And additionally, if it's an electronic product, the product needs to be in line with what are called NOMS, which are regulations for electronic products and product standards. Okay. One of the most common programs in Mexico for importing is called the IMMEX program, the MAQUILADORA program. This is for manufacturers. It allows you to import raw materials and different products into Mexico for assembly without having to pay certain border charges and VAT tax at the moment of importation. It's a great program. A lot of times companies come in and they think that they're going to be able to take advantage of that program from the very beginning. No, it's a complicated process that requires a specialist and can take up to a year to obtain. Unfortunately, it is complicated, and many times at the end of the process you jump through all the hoops and then they deny you and you have to start all over again. So be prepared that you have to take that into account when analyzing the situation. And finally, when companies are importing into Mexico, remember, if a product is imported into Mexico and sold in Mexico, it needs to be paid for into Mexico, right? So a lot of times what companies will do, they'll use their import license to import the product, and then the product is paid for elsewhere. This causes a problem with the tax authorities. It is a red flag for an audit, so make sure that the product comes into Mexico. The default rule is that it is paid for in Mexico to your company's Mexican bank account. All right. My name is John Eni. I'm managing partner at Mexican Incorporation. Let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to contact us directly by phone or submit an inquiry on our website. We'll be glad to help you in any way possible. Have a great day.